If you travel along Spillway Road, heading east, not too far after passing Grants Ferry Road, you can find a unique trail in the Reservoir Botanical Gardens Park. The park is now home to Mississippi's first Braille Trail, with audio stops, which was completed in early 2002. As you enter the trail, you will find a sign on your right that welcomes you into the gardens, provides a phone number for an audio tour, and gives the logos of the agencies that helped make the Braille Trail a reality. Anyone can call in and listen to the audio tour, but it was designed with the visually impaired in mind so that they could enjoy finding out more about some of the interesting plants and wildlife that can be found or heard along the trail. The Braille Trail features 13 stops, tactile strips inserted into the pavement, and numbered signs alert visitors that there was a place to stop and call for the audio tour. For example, when you call the phone number and press 2 for stop 2, you will hear,
"You're now coming up on your second stop, which will be the slough. The slough is located on your left, and it's a type of wetland. There are many areas of shallow water located in low-lying areas like the slough. Many times they're near streams that overflow, which is the case in this slough. It's from an overflow of Mill Creek that runs nearby. Many native plants and wildlife are found in wetland areas. Early morning or late in the evening, you might hear a symphony of frogs in this slough. On your right will be the next stop. Off the beaten trail, you will see our fern bog. These ferns were collected by volunteers from around the Ross Barnett Reservoir and transplanted for your appreciation. If you listen carefully during the different seasons of the year, you can hear many different kinds of birds, and during the summer, you might even hear some cicadas."
Janine May is the director of Keep the Reservoir Beautiful, which was instrumental in getting the grant to create the Braille Trail. Here, Janine tells you how the Braille Trail got started.
We came up with a plan, and some of the plan was to lay tactile strips, which are these yellow rectangle blocks through the trail, and at each stop where there's a tactile strip, there's a sign, numbered sign, and it has a Braille number underneath it. So when a person that's visually impaired comes in here, they can actually read about the botanical gardens. You can see the Braille under all of it. These are our sponsors over here. And then there's a phone number, which is an app. And on the app, if you dial up the phone number, it will tell you, number one, the tactile strips would slow those visually impaired down, and they could listen to a 2-minute little talk about that area. So it's a remarkable project that we accomplished. It's an amazing accomplishment that this group put together and spent time, hours dedicated, especially through COVID. But we would meet and outside and talk about it, and it happened. And so at the end of December of 2021, the signs had gone up and the tactile strips were laid, and there's a yellow line all around the trail on both sides, so that if you're not totally visually impaired and you're walking, you could see the yellow line, and that would keep you from going off in the grass areas and in the wooded areas. These trails, or this botanical garden trail, Braille Trail, it's just an amazing place to visit. I meet the best friends down here. I've met people that aren't my family, but they're my family after a couple of months working with them. People that live out here that know about it, they come regularly every day to walk. And then this morning we were working on the outdoor classroom pavilion, trying to rehab some wood, and a young couple came in with 3 children, and they had never been in here. They heard about us on trails, sites you can Google to learn about where you can walk and jog in wooded areas. They were from Natchez. So, I guess our dream would be one day to have a little outdoor office up here as a welcome center to the reservoir area and a volunteer area to train people that want to help with this area in the gardens, in this area specifically. But we have the Turtle Point Nature Area that have been created by Keep the Reservoir Beautiful, which is on the water. You can walk, and we work with all the campgrounds in Pearl River Valley, which there's 5 of them. And we plant trees. It's more than anybody can do, and so we need volunteers.